He's back with the robe.
He's the one that set this up, and he's out in the hall getting his clothes together.
It's like, where's my robe? My wife's like,
Todd.
hey, what's going on, everybody? Yeah. Okay. Hey, we want to do something every Saturday here, and we have this group, nice group that we have, a stable of people to do channels, but we were all kind of busy. People have been doing stuff, and I just got back from Punta Cana. So my update of games played will be short. But anyway, and I was a little under the weather. Brought Punta Cana back with me. So I didn't think I'd be doing it, but I was like, let's do this. So tonight, we're just going to kind of just talk about goals, gaming goals. Do you set them? Do you not set them? You don't have to, whatever. So all you watching as we're going, be sure to participate. It looks like a lot of people have been jumping on talking, which is awesome. And a little bit about what we've been playing. And we'll probably do a bigger show about plans for 2026, either at the end of this year or at the beginning of 26. So we'll just kind of touch on maybe things we're thinking about.
Yeah, I've got my list for that already. So
yeah, and Jeff's all prepared. He spent 3 minutes on it, and he's ready.
yeah.
And as you all know, I had 30 seconds to look for my robe, and I didn't make the timer. So I can bring my A game. All right, so let's just kind of touch up where we go. McMurray might join us. Camp's out. He's got family stuff going on. And so appreciate you guys jumping on with us last minute.
Yeah, who do we got here? We got
we got a lot
Chuck,
of
of
people.
course. Chuck was first.
Chuck was first. Chuck.
Alan's on. Oh, no, Alan's not on. He's just his stream's on. I got it.
Yeah. So Camp will join us by chat occasionally in between texts while he's talking to his family. What's going on?
Nord's joined.
Nord, Stuka Joe.
Stuka, if you're still out there. How you doing, brother? Toll's here.
Yeah, got a good group watching.
Chris Long, William from East North Carolina. Paul Dangle, how you, sir? Who else we got hiding in there? Brian.
Oh,
we clicked at the same time.
You know what? Ross, how about you be in charge of the comments tonight?
Let me try it. I haven't done it, so I'm going to put up Nord's comment here. So, a game you should know and you should play. This is Mark Simonich's The U.S. Civil War, which I've been getting another itch to play, which we'll talk about in a little bit, about games played this year.
Paul is Ryan.
Hey, Pawpaw, what's up? Good to have you back.
20 people out there. If you're hiding in the background, you know the routine. Say hello in the text so we know who's out there. Box to battle. Good to see you. All right, so, okay, this was an interesting day because I think all of us, we weren't sure where any of us were going to be available for anything tonight. I was in a golf tournament up in Pennsylvania today, which was beautiful, by the way. Ross, I don't know where the hell you were. You were probably somewhere in the wilderness in Tennessee. All right.
You said you were on a battlefield.
Todd, you were passed out on the couch.
Yeah.
Camp was visiting with family, and Andrew's at a gaming con. What gaming con is he at?
I couldn't tell you. I'm trying to think of what happens in November there. I know it happens every November. It used to be in a school, I think, and now it's some hotel or something. But it's a miniatures convention, and he might join us from the road, maybe. He may just have to join us after this.
By the way, the next time you see Andrew or McMurray on a stream with us, he's got a computer, he's got a camera, and he's already been starting to master the concept of using this stuff. So the next time we get him on, you'll be able to see us. Because you know Hexy's routine. I don't want you on here if you're not going to have a camera, because we want to see those pearly whites and those lovely faces. So, yeah, next time we get him on here, you'll see all that. But there was no plans today. I mean, I came home and I passed out on the couch. I was so whooped. And then I woke up and I looked over and Todd had posted this for tonight. We need to do something. And he's right. We do. We need to do something. And this just sort of worked out where three of us are able to pop on and who knows what else. And Meandering Mike, I did get your little message and I watched that. So Mike's got you said November 8th, but you said November 8th Sunday. Today's November 8th. I was a little confused. Scott, how you doing? Thanks for joining us from Scotland.
It's cool.
Jeff Schulte.
Nice.
We got to get back together again, Jeff. Ditus, good to see you here. Thank you, sir, for popping over. Tim, Will White. You say Will White to me, and the only Will White I can think of was a former Pro Bowl safety for the Detroit Lions. Years ago. All right, so Todd, where are we going to go, buddy?
Well, real quick, I think Nord asked where your game was. Like, I would guess where you golfed. Where'd you golf?
His unclipped. It was a captain's choice, and they paid for it. It's a buddy of mine that used to live down here, so I've never seen it. I love to go away and see new courses when I can. I don't do it enough. And it was on the south side of Carlisle. It's called Eagles Crossing. and we had a good time. I don't think we fared very well. After the club championship, my golf team's not worth a nickel because I don't focus on anything till about June again of next year. So
he won what he needed and done. So I think we'll start out just kind of catch up what we've done over the last week, gaming wise or otherwise, because I won't have that much. And then Ross did a really cool thing today that'll be fun to hear about. And and there's McMurray
with road noise.
With road noise.
Roll your windows up.
My windows are up. Is it that bad?
No, it's all right.
It's tolerable.
So welcome, McMurray. Hey, so where we are, McMurray, we're going to talk about, we're right at the section where we're talking about what we've gamed this week, maybe talk about where you've been today, and then we're going to talk just a little bit about maybe goals we set or did. Okay, perfect. Okay. I mean, I know there are dead spots. It's great. Okay. All right, so let's just talk about what gaming we've done this week, and Jeff, we'll start with you.
This week, have I done any gaming? So my Africa SCS is still sitting on the table over there, 3 turns in. And I hate to say this.
And that's Africa 2, right? Or is that Africa 1? It's Africa 1, okay.
I think I'm in that little bump right now where once a year it happens where I can't get myself to do anything.
Yeah.
Just not motivated. I have played a couple of Band of Brothers scenarios here. I just played them myself on Vassal. I've played a couple of War Game Design, old John Tiller stuff. I played a couple of those sitting here. Some little small stuff, Advance of the Right from Squad Battles. I started first Kernstown from the campaign Shenandoah box. I've been painting a few miniatures. Actually, I've been quite successful with the miniature painting. I think
you've done a lot.
3 different sets of Troopy Troops. I finished basing the Third Corps regiments that I had painted in on bases, but I hadn't done nothing with them. I finished those up. I need to go flatten them out. I just finished the American GIs I did. I finished them, color on the bases and putting rocks on there. I need to go flatten them out. My Russians are done and based and flattened. And other than that, I haven't gamed like a ton. I mean, other than, like I say, just messing around here on Vassal trying to get, which we'll talk about that when we go through our one.
Okay. Real quick. Okay, Ross, what'd you game wise and were you doing today? Pretty interesting.
Game wise this week, I didn't actually play anything. I had a pretty busy work week, but I was in a lot of rule books. So I was in ASL, so preparing for a game in a few weeks that we will be playing of ASL, trying to dip back in. And then also reading and preparing to play P Ridge, the GBACW game from 1980, the SPI rules. So it's not the modern rules, it's the SPI iteration of them. Very cool system. Excited based on reading the rule book. Very interesting. Very different than the modern iteration. A lot more bookkeeping, which will be interesting. But playing that at P Ridge next weekend. So next weekend on Thursday, I'm going to be driving to Missouri. I'm going to go to Wilson's Creek. Check out Wilson's Creek, and then drive down the couple of hours to Bentonville, Fayetteville, P Ridge area, and got an Airbnb there for like 3 nights. Spend the weekend there playing P Ridge, and then also going to P Ridge probably twice.
Wow! And real quick before you talk about what you did today, because that's going to be two Battlefield stuff in a week. Yeah. Okay, you're going to talk about that. That's cool. Nordic, just real quick, what he was doing this week. Playing Miracle at Dunkirk, which has been new, and a lot of people are seeing some games out. A game that can start effing you big time. You play tested that, right, Jeff?
Yeah, I did. I still got the Vassal mod for it, so it's actually for a point to point. It's got a very interesting concept to it, and it's tough. Very tough.
Yeah. You're not much of a point to point. I remember watching you play that. That's many months ago. Hey, Nordic, if Hexy's name is in that, you can send your rulebook to him, and for $123, he will sign that for you. And
I'll give you a discount, Nord, 120.
And 125, he'll give you, he'll pull out a hair and put it in there so you can have one of his hairs.
Special collector's edition.
Yeah. Anywho, that's enough of that silliness. Let's see. What was the other? I thought I saw one other thing. So, hey, McMurray, we'll come to you in just a second just to talk about what you gamed and what you did today.
You guys can hear me, right?
Yeah, we got you. Can you
Yep.
hear us?
Beautiful.
Okay.
Yes, I can. My car was going apeshit. So
Okay.
we're good.
So I might mute your mic just so we can lower the noise. Is that cool? And then I'll put you back on. Perfect.
Sure, just
He's actually pretty quiet. It's only when he talks we can hear it now.
That's true.
Yeah, it's not
That
bad.
is better.
He's getting technical-fied.
Man, he is. Okay. All right. So Ross, what did you do today? That was pretty cool.
Yes, and today I didn't think I was going to make it because I was going to be tired, and I am kind of tired. But I stood out in the sun for several hours at the Battle of Pea Ridge, not Pea Ridge, the Battle of Honey Springs reenactment. So they do every 2 years here in Oklahoma. There is a battle, summer of 1863. It's not super well known, although it's important for Indian Territory in the Trans-Mississippi. Summer of 63, General Blunt comes down and puts a herding on the Confederates here in Indian Territory. It kind of cuts off Indian Territory. It's notable because a lot of the troops are Indian Home Guard regiment, so they're Cherokee, Creek, and so on. And then it's also the 1st Kansas Colored Infantry, so it's a really diverse battle in that sense.
Oh wow.
And it's a big reenactment. They do it every 2 years, and it's like, I don't know, there were probably a few hundred guys on each side, and I have never been to a reenactment, and I know Hexy and I know others have been to like Gettysburg stuff, I'm sure, where it's much bigger. This was still big enough that it was awesome. You're kind of you're standing on the side, watching this battle unfold, and the opening artillery, it started with the Union artillery. They were probably 400 yards away, and you can kind of see them on the crest of a hill, and they fire, and it's like, you can feel it from there.
That's cool.
400. And then I'm standing at the line, the Confederate artillery line, and they fire a full like 6-gun battery at once.
Ouch.
And I didn't bring earplugs.
Mistake.
You want to bring earplugs. It's loud as shit. I mean, it was like I was trying to record with my phone and like basically shook it out of my hand. So then I moved behind the muzzle of the guns where, it's not quite as loud, and it was awesome. It was really cool. And then they move towards each other and they fire and all that. So very fun experience. And then they'll do it again tomorrow. So the guys that are out there, they're actually camping, and it's going to be 20 degrees tonight here.
Oh,
they're actually camping out there, prepping for tomorrow's reenactment as well. So really cool. And it kind of got me hyped to see, like a Gettysburg, like one of the big reenactments, or at Shiloh or something.
Mm-hmm.
I can't do those. I've seen little tiny ones, but I don't. It's just, if I go to Gettysburg, and like I say, if we all ever get together again, I just want to see how things happened. I can't reenactments, the camp setups and stuff. And I'm telling you that's the thing about Gettysburg too is I don't know how often they do it, but when the visitor center was the old visitor center, right across the street where Pickett's Buffet and all up and down that street, there were times where they would have complete campgrounds set up in the fronts of the museums and the grass in front of the hotels and stuff. And you just walk down the street and just see what, and I thought that was pretty cool, but I don't know if I want to, I don't know, the reenactment thing. I imagine it's probably pretty cool, but I've never been able to get myself to.
I thought it was cool to see. I've been playing a lot of Civil War stuff lately, and I thought it was cool to see, like, what does it look like to be 100 yards from a line of guys that are firing a volley at you? And it's maybe it's not a surprise. It's kind of scary. That's pretty close. Yeah, especially in an open field. That's pretty close. And the artillery is horrifying. I mean, I see why, you don't want to mess with artillery.
Yeah.
Even 400 yards away, it's pretty nasty.
Yeah, but that's awesome. You got to, and so was that battle in November?
Yeah. Yep.
Oh wow.
Honey Springs, Civil War
yeah,
battle.
This was, yeah, and it's not a huge battle. It's the biggest battle in Indian Territory, but none of them are very big here. It's all kind of almost skirmish size battles here. But it was really,
pretty
cool.
I don't know how much of that you're able to hear, McMurray, because I know you're cutting in and out because of the reception and all that. But this sounds like a battle right up McMurray's alley, man. He'll find some game to game that out. And
yes, and I don't think it's a trade secret. I think I can say it, and I think it only helps, is that Clinton Ray, who's designing the Trans-Mississippi box for GBACW, it won't have Honey Springs in it in the initial thing, but he's already planning future expansions, kind of like Death Valley had. I think he'll do a Honey Springs battle.
Well, how many total troops were there?
That's actually, I should know that. Let me look.
Okay. While you're doing that, hey McMurray,
Yeah.
I'm gonna bring you back on here. So McMurray,
What's
what
up?
were you? What'd you game this week, or what were you doing today?
This week I played Avalon Hills Circus Maximus last Sunday. I won that. That was cool. With 8 guys here. So it's cool to have an 8-man multiplayer game with a guy running it.
That's cool.
Played that locally in St. Louis. Yeah, that was really cool. It's always good to get. It only takes a couple hours, maybe 2.5, but that was quite fun. My driver this week was the Greek with the light chariot Farticus. He fared significantly better than my Roman charioteer with a heavy chariot from a month or so ago named Testicles. But we did better. We won this time. I am officially I won the Circus Maximus Winston 3.
Winston 3. That's awesome.
Yeah, because there's only 3 laps, baby. You know, like
I get it. And this was not. Was it in miniature or just using the board game itself?
it's in minute. The guy who designed it replaced the counters with miniatures, but the board itself is just a blown up vert copy of the original board.
Okay. Yeah, because I've seen it done with the board and also with miniature, which would be cool too. An old miniature arena.
Yeah, it's pretty slick. Like we took the time to paint up each of the 8 chariots, and so we had 8 colors, and then we have a light and heavy chariot in each color, a team of horses in that color, a driver in that color, a crashed chariot, and a drug driver in every color. So it was pretty
Nice.
fun.
That's cool.
I played an old school board game that kind of sucked because it's a new version, Hero Quest, on Tuesday. I know a lot of people got into board gaming with Hero Quest. We played the most recent iteration of it, which it's like app driven on your phone so that one person doesn't have to play the big evil bad guy.
Yeah.
It's kind of, I don't know if we were messing it up or something, but it didn't work super duper well with the phone app, so that was disappointing. But that was entertaining. And then today I played, I believe Canvas Eagles was originally a board game, was it not?
What was it called?
Canvas Eagles. It's World War I air combat.
It sounds familiar. I bet someone on the chat will know.
It's a really common miniatures conversion. So we played that in 1/144. It was a bunch of Fokker Eindeckers versus DH2s. That was quite good. I played in a game recreating the Surigao Strait, which was brutal because I was the Japanese kind of bot player, which sucks because you're basically just, charge headlong at an American battle line and get taken apart because, there's, I think, 6 or 7 American battleships and a whole bunch of heavy cruisers and whatnot. And then you have 2 old Congo, essentially battle cruisers. Doesn't matter. Either way, fun times. And then I played a Victorian kind of what if. Toddy, you would have been proud of me. I almost bought Memoir 44 for $10.
Oh, geez, that's a good price.
But then another guy really wanted it, and I said, all right, grab it, buddy. He's a newer guy. He's a good guy. It is a phenomenal price, though. Thank you, Dwayne Fleck, for that one.
Wow, that's cool.
You said you ran a game that you probably weren't supposed to. What happened? What are you talking about?
I ran a game?
You said you
Yeah. So the Surigao Strait game was Chris's game, and I just ran all the Japanese ships.
Oh, okay.
Instead of him doing anything. So he just kind of fucked off for the entirety of it, which was a little kind of was like, wait, hold on. I drove all the way out to Kansas City. I'm supposed to be gaming and having fun right now. But whatever. Yeah,
Oh,
whatever.
that's I looked at that convention because Historic Fest isn't going on this year, and I was gonna do that one, but it was all minis focused. McMurray, was there people playing Hex Encounter there?
There were a couple of, it looked like Hex Encounter pickup games. There was a giant, it's not Hex Encounter, but there was a giant Axis and Allies game with all the goodies and thrills. It was like the full world on a huge map.
Yeah.
So, McMurray, real quick, I'm showing the Canvas Eagles from the pictures that you shared with Chris and John and I.
Oh yeah.
So I'll just go and I'll just kind of say what they're. You're not gonna be able to see them, I'm guessing. So let me. So yeah, I'm just gonna go through. There's like 3 or 4. Pretty cool. This is the
Really
one
cool.
of the side. I don't know which. It's a British plane with the guy in the machine gun in the front. It's pretty cool.
Yep. Those are the DH2s, the pushers.
Okay. And then, whoa! Now we get to see all the comments here. All right. So then you got a German plane like flying right into another. Well, it looks like it's actually flying into another German plane. That's a mess. They're just all mixed around there.
Oh yeah, we definitely had some flying circus antics going on.
Do you change the altitude, or they all kind of say that same?
Yeah, so it's a really common conversion, like I said, for a lot of people, where they take car aerials, as you can kind of see with an alligator clip attached.
Yep.
So that you can, show your altitude that way instead of having dice or counters or anything like that at the base. And so that's kind of how you control altitude. There's 4 segments to each aerial, and you can either have an entire segment or a half segment showing to divide into 8 altitude bands.
Cool. Yeah, it looks really. It's a neat little mat there, and then you can kind of see your cockpit display there. You're holding in your hand there. That's pretty cool. So you just take a little bit of damage and stuff. So that's pretty awesome.
It is a really fun game, to be honest with you. I've played it a number of times in kind of different homebrew adaptations. In some cases, we played Pretty Rules as Written this time, which was quite fun. We did forget the smoke and flames. Otherwise, the pictures would have been a little more entertaining. But still had a great time. Now, that's always a fun game to play in. It really is.
Yeah. Well, it sounds pretty good. You got 3 games in today. That's pretty good. Nice one-day trip to KC and on your way back. So awesome.
It was. I was excited to get a 4th one in, but they weren't starting another game till 7 p.m. and it was right about 4, and it was kind of those, man, I could almost be getting home 8 or 9 o'clock. I don't know if I want to play in a game at 7 and then be getting home at 2:30 or 3.
I think we can all agree with that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome. Yeah, let's see. Nordic says, McMurray, you need to play Canvas Eagles with 148th planes.
That'd be cool. I've played with 15 mil planes, so 1/100, and to be honest with you, it gets difficult to maintain stability in the stands, which sucks because it's people pour their heart and soul into the figures, especially when they start getting larger. And just by nature, a lot of World War I planes are a little more fragile.
Yeah. That's why World War I's plane combat's fun, because it's just bonkers. Hey, Tony's Board Life asks, McMurray, where are you at? So where'd you play today? What's the name of the convention? I couldn't remember.
It is Tacticon. It was in Kansas City up near the airport. It was quite fun. It was actually significantly larger than I was anticipating. There were a ton of people playing there were a bunch of people playing Bolt Action, a ton of people playing Lord of the Rings. Then there was actually like a 12-man DBA tournament going.
Oh, wow. I haven't seen that here in the Midwest much, or in Missouri, I guess. Yeah,
that was pretty wild. It was really cool to see. There might have been 16 in all actuality. So I think I walked in on the second round and there were 4. Yeah, so it was probably 16, but either way. It was single elimination, which is kind of weird. You don't see that often, except for it's DBA, so the games last like an hour and a half most of the time to an hour. You know what I mean? Kind of like, that reminds me of what I think it was Ross was talking about with ASL tournaments, right? Like,
Yeah, usually ASL tournaments are pretty like it's multiple plays. You get 3 or 4, maybe 5 games in depending on the tournament, and it's not
Well-
usually you get points for winning and
Yeah.
so.
well, no, I just mean like it's real. Like DBA as a game is real structured
Oh yeah, yes.
in terms of if you want to play Marian Romans, you're going to have the exact same shit as the next guy playing Marian Romans. If you want to play Polybian Romans, you'll have the exact same thing as the next guy playing Polybian Romans. If you want to play Alexandrian Successors, that's one, forced selection.
Right. Yeah.
But and those guys, good Lord, man, they know what they're about and they know how they're going to get the job done.
Yeah, DBA is very very structured. Okay. Well, yeah, that's an interesting thing to talk about real quick. Let me make a note of that to bring that up later. Okay. All right, cool. Thanks, McMurray. And now my turn. I was at Punta Cana, Dominican Republic, so I played no games. I played the sit on the beach game. I played the get your fingernails done game. First ever mani-pedi. I'm a man now. Got my 2 index fingers colored. McMurray's going to love it when he sees me. And he
What
can't.
color are they?
Oh, blue. I was going because I got so much as blue. My company I work for is blue. KU blue. All the stuff's blue. So I went with blue. I didn't want to go with black. I didn't want to be emo.
One finger each, and then you said you were done. You didn't go.
Well, I was
all
going
the
to
way?
do one. I was just going to do one finger because I'm like, I got a friend that does all his fingers all the time, all these different colors. It's going to be in honor of him. So I do one, and she's like, oh, no, do 2. And I'm like, okay. And then someone like, did you do them all? I'm like, calm down.
Did you get a fake
Next time.
Coke nail put on?
Did I get a what?
Fake Coke nail put on? Did you get an extension on your pinky finger somewhere?
I didn't need a fake one.
Hey,
To show that you like to party?
That's right, I did, and I suddenly got. Sorry, Hexy, we're busy talking about cocaine right now. All right, moving on. Hexy, you're one to say something.
They were talking about the MMP sale. I tell you, those of you guys that are sort of on the fence or like line of battle, if you're thinking about getting into it, you're getting a whole brand new rule set with the next release. Completely
line of battle,
rewritten rule set. So they're making, I don't know what changes there are. They don't leak that stuff, but it's not going to be the same. Because I'm telling you right now, if line of battle is not in my top 50 of anything because of I don't like the rules. Yeah, easier play, smoother, much faster, but I don't see any realism in it at all. But from what I understand, the 3.0 rule set is going to be coming. And the way they talked about it, it sounds like it's a completely redone, revamped set. So,
all right. Well, that was going to be something I brought up near the end, but since you brought it up and they were bringing it up in the comments, we'll do it now. So, yeah, MMP's having their sale. I assume we'll see. Compass is, I like how Kev said it. Compass is having their sale that lasts like 7 months. Anyway, it'll go through like the end of the year or something. But so Compass is having a sale. Some of the prices at MMP are pretty good. Like you can get Rock of the Marne, which I think McMurray owns, for like $17. So if you're interested in SCS,
good game. That's a fun game.
That's Tony's favorite game ever.
That's right, Tony. You did play that. But they've got some good prices. And there's a couple of GCA CW games on there. I think under
The Vicksburg one.
The Gettysburg one.
There's several SCS games.
There are. I mean, there's pretty good prices. But as a lot of people are saying, a lot of people are like, I already have what I need. There's a couple ASL things I don't have. I know Hexy was thinking about him. I keep going back and forth on him. Oh my gosh, look at Ross is attacking Washington. He's going up against McDowell. Oh, he's walking away. He's retreating. What a coward. Anyway, sorry, McMurray, you can't see. Ross has got the U.S. Civil War game on his background.
And you can't hear us because he took his buds out.
when he got up and walked. So
thanks, Ross. We just did a great review of your attacking Washington right there and then running away.
Yeah, sorry, I stepped away for a second. I don't know what happened.
No, it was great. I was like, oh, look at Ross. He's attacking Washington against McDowell. And then you ran away immediately. And I was like, oh, he's running away. What a coward.
So let's go ahead.
The line of battle.
Oh,
there you go. I did get this. It's going to try to cut out. But this is the regimental sub-series game.
Massive.
So I got a copy of this. That was really nice. Clinton and Bill Byrne sent me that for doing vassal work on GBACW, which is really awesome. So it's like unpunched version of this Hallowed
I
Ground,
don't have
which
a
I'll get to
table
try.
big enough to play that. I have it, and I look at it, and you can transition those to LOB, but
Yeah.
if you've got Last Chance for Victory, it's like, But that,
Which I
I don't have
do
a table to fit all of them.
I don't have that. I have To Take Washington. That's the only one I have. Yeah.
Real quick, and we'll finish. So Tony says, OMG, what a slog of a game. I remember that about Rock of the Martin. And McMurray, I think I remember you saying that, but watching Tony's videos, there's a point and he's like, I don't know if I want to continue. And then he went through it and
I kept dogging him. You need to play it through the first 8 turns, get past those first 8 turns, and then shit starts happening, and it does. And he did. I give him credit. He finished it.
Yeah.
I think I wound up with a small breakthrough that then spiraled into a huge breakout. And it did. It got really, really fun as soon as it was, how do I put it? A disaster for the Germans and them trying to contain a breakout. Because I think you told me the same thing, Jeff, because the first few turns I was pretty...
Germans are kicking everybody in the pants, and then all of a sudden it just flips.
Yeah. I think Guadalajara's on there too, which I know Jeff loved. I don't think Bastone's on sale, but that's okay.
No, they're out of stock.
I would say, if you think in your brain that you want those, I would recommend grabbing those, because RTG2 and those two are going to fade away quick, and you're not going to get them. So, I mean, if you
Toddy's favorite SCS game's up there too, I think.
It is. Rostov is up there.
Yeah, that's a good game. That's a good game. All right, so Todd, let's get to
the topic.
Yeah, let's get to your massive. Let's start with your massive what you did list.
Let's see that spreadsheet.
All right, let's see it here. Hold on, I got to share my screen again because I shared those other ones. So please hold while I do this. Someone vamp here.
So as we said earlier, while he's pulling this up, actually this was kind of impromptu. Todd's always prepared for this stuff. I hope to be next year, but he makes a list of what he wants to do and he checks them off as he's going to see how he completes his annual foray into wargaming and all the different things he does, gaming period, I guess, actually. Kind of like, what Tony and what them used to do with the 10 games a year, but Todd goes even more. He lists everything he wants to do, and
Jeff,
he does great detail with it.
Jeffy, I'm really excited to hear this year's game Toddy played with McMurray that he hates and will never play again. Last year it was Chain of Command. I'm excited to hear what sector of gaming I've ruined for the poor Toddy this year.
We still have about a month and a half to top it out, so I don't have that answer yet.
Oh, well, good. Then we'll get Flames of War in there, and you'll hate that, and I'll have all your 15 mil stuff back in my house.
Sweet. Yep, let's do it. Okay, so yeah, so this started. I wrote it down in 24 was my first year I did it. Maybe 23. I should have looked that up, but because I was so here's the thing. I had all these games, and I was always learning new rules, and it was driving me freaking crazy. I'm like, I'm tired. It's fun. It's fun, that new excitement of a new game, a new system, whatever. But eventually I was just like, man, these games are meant to be played, in my opinion, a lot, because they take a lot to play them well, at least for me, because I can't figure out all the stuff right away. But I think for most people that's the case. And you look back in the old days of gaming, like I said, we talked about this at some point. I read a general magazine where a person said, I've played Russian campaign once a week or a month, whatever it was, for the last 13 years, because that's all they had. But still, they were playing whatever games they had a lot. Squad leader, they had what they had, and they played it for years until the next one came out. So I wanted just to narrow down what I was playing and what I owned. So I might have done this in 23, but 24 I definitely did it. Similar kind of spreadsheet as this. I was looking for my thing. I thought I had more stuff listed here, but so this year I was really focusing on systems, 3 systems specifically, ASL, GTS, and GCACW. I had a rando ranking here where I went through a bunch of other games I had and said, okay, well, do I want to play that? And so it came out with the Most Fearful Sacrifice, Fighting Formations, GBACW, Stig's game, because we knew that was coming out, and Library of Napoleonic Battles. And so I set a lot of my goals with sessions, not so much scenarios. So a session I considered like an hour of game time because a lot of the scenarios we're playing, like a most fearful sacrifice, is going to take a long time. So I kind of wanted to give myself some credit for playing the session and playing through it. So this has been kind of interesting to look at that and kind of keep track of that. And this is the first time I've done this. So I set these different goals. The gray ones, just because it's funny, because it's me. These are all the ones I've sold. Gotten rid of. And I still have the other one. So yeah, that's still, let me make sure. Oh,
Have
no.
you played all those, or you just said they're not going to get played?
God.
Hold on.
Oh, that's what I meant to ask you about, Todd, because I saw it on the MMP sale. Do you still have Warriors of God? Or you had Warriors of England that you enjoyed, right?
I had Warriors. Yeah, that's interesting. Yeah, I had Warriors of England, which came in a magazine, and I don't remember. Oh, I won it. I won it at some game thing. And I played it, and it was pretty fun. I was like, I don't know, that's cool. And I don't know that history. Well, I don't know what that would have been, what history, part of English Civil War, probably, right? Or War of the Roses. That's what it was, War of the Roses.
Okay, there you go.
So, and it was fun. I was like, that's cool. And so I was even thinking, Warriors of Japan might be kind of cool because I do like that history. But I know we've passed around one of the Warrior games. Was Warriors of Japan, wasn't it? That we passed
you
around?
dickheads both, because it was free in one of the MMP sales a while ago, and you dickheads both gave me your copies.
All right.
And then I think I left one at Jeff's house, maybe.
There's no need for language like that. I think he used it as toilet paper. Did we ever play that game? Because now I'm curious how that plays. Do you still have it?
Warriors of Japan, we never played it. We can play it.
All right. Anyway, so these are the games that I've passed on. So anyway, so you can see that I've played 50 sessions of my rando games, which are equal to about 18 scenarios. So that's kind of that. Jeff, do you think we should just let's go to you guys, and we'll kind of come back to this, what I've done here. So that's kind of where I am with goals. So I don't know, Hexy, what's up with you?
Well, okay, so I don't have my 2025, but I mean, I know. I guess the thing that I tackled the most was ACW most of the year. I mean, I don't even know how much WW2 stuff I even touched until here lately, because I think starting in about May, I started doing just ACW, and that's where I stuck. And we were doing it online.
You did have a goal. You did have a goal when you started the year. You were going to play the battles from each month.
Oh yeah, no, you're right. I did start with doing some of that stuff and made a list and everything, but just didn't get there. I mean, I think once I turned into the Civil War thing, that changed it, because the ones I was playing, they were not light games. So
yeah, and I think you got to about May, and then you really started just really focus on ACW, which is fine. I guess that's kind of what I want to say about goals. It doesn't matter if you do them or not. I'm not going to change the life, but like Jeff got a lot of games and played that he wouldn't have played by doing the month thing, and then you really went down that ACW hole after Andrew and I were there, I think.
Yeah, big time, because that was a spark, and you did too.
I did. We'll see that. So a couple of comments. Nordic says, Todd, that is the reason most of my games are part of a larger series. Makes it easier to play them. That is sure. Nordic, you can now be banned from this chat forever. He says, McMurray, you could get him to play 40K. We've already both abandoned that game. I've never even started that game. I need more hours with Library Napoleonic Battles. True, I'm going to ignore that Nordic comment there. And I'm up to 23 games played this year, and most of them had muskets and cannons, Nordic says. That's cool. So you did have a goal, and that's where you are. Ross, what about you? What's kind of your history with goals, and do you set them?
Yeah, not really. I haven't. I've never really done that. Kind of feels like work to me. Although I respect and appreciate the spreadsheet. It's kind of inspiring, and like I kind of want to do that because I think it would hold myself accountable. Which is why, again, it feels like work possibly, but might be able to knock that out.
Yeah.
I did come into the year because I had started learning GBACW about this time last year. And I came into 2025 being like, that's going to be the series, the game I really want to learn. I've had my eye on it for years. It's a big, complex game. Now's the time. I knew Stig's game was coming, but I didn't want to wait, so I didn't. So we started with Death Valley, played a lot of that, then played by Swords and Bayonets, now playing Shiloh, which is starting to feel like the real game. I mean, a big battle.
Yeah, you can see those games being played on his channels. So
Yes,
Sun Like Thunder.
we got
Really well
7
done.
sessions up, I think, and that's we finished 2 turns of 12 on the big scenario. So there's going to be about 40 hours or more of that scenario, but it's incredible. So I've accomplished that as far as I've learned the rules. I'm confident with the rules for GBACW. Got to play a lot, explore the system. Fortunate enough to start helping do kind of design stuff as well, which is awesome. So really diving in,
Mm-hmm.
which was kind of my other goal for the year. Not written down, but informally was start to contribute more, I guess, to the kind of hex encounter wargaming hobby in whatever way possible. So I ramped up vassal development because I can do some of that. So I really tried to help where I could on that and take over some of the GBACW stuff. And I'm doing some
Doing
other
a great
vassal
job
projects.
too.
I got cool stuff coming too. Stay tuned. Starting a YouTube channel because there's like content. I mean, obviously, I like the content you guys put out, and several of the people in this chat tonight do great stuff. But I was wanting to put out stuff that I like, that whatever games that I like, and play around with making
and quality
videos.
that's better than what you were seeing. Yeah, I get it.
Yeah, ramp that up. So I'm starting that, just kind of dipping my toe in that. Still room to grow there. That'll be in a 2026 goals for sure to keep going. And yeah, and then try to get into some design and development stuff, which just dipping my toe in that too, but it's been pretty successful. So I've played one game mostly all year, and that's GBACW, although I'm starting to get the itch to get a spreadsheet going like you've got. And at least I like your idea of the hour-long sessions. I don't have to be like, I have to play the campaign game of every game I'm interested in. Or even if I do, it counts as more than one thing. I've accomplished a few things over the year or whatever.
Yeah, I mean,
yeah.
it's this thing. I guess I did the sessions thing because it's just so many, and I mean, I'm putting a lot of time. A couple times I've counted even my setups because like there's like an ASL thing and this GCACW that took a long time to set up. So I'm like, I'm going to count that because I'm spending time. I'm reading the rules. I'm learning.
Yeah, you're thinking about it. Sure.
Yeah. So now, just like Hexy's kind of his thing he did. I mean, that it was a goal, and I'm always impressed with. There's a few people like you that I see on YouTube and other places where you're kind of sticking to one system. And I think that's pretty awesome. And that's kind of what I'm talking about. Just really digging in because I mean, GBACW, for crying out loud, that's a huge, deep system. So, McMurray, what about you? Do you normally set goals, or how do you do approach a year, or do you just play whatever?
My brain semi-thrives and also dies on chaos. So, no, I didn't really set any goals. The big kind of project this year, at least big unified one thing that I sort of started and finished, was a whole just load of Bronze Age stuff in terms of miniatures. Obviously, I'm painting random shit as the year goes on, right? Like, just, that's part of what I enjoy is just, okay, this tickles my fancy. Let's paint it up, or let's print it and paint it. But no, a couple hundred Bronze Age miniatures was pretty fun. What are you giggling at?
The comments.
Oh, great. What are those? I can't read them.
Yeah. So Nordic just said, no, let's see. No, he talked about he's getting his mojo back after, doing all the stuff he's been working on outside of gaming. And then Scott Rowland said, I used to set half-assed goals, but never came close to meeting them and usually go in a totally different direction. So don't worry about them anymore. And Meandering Mike, you'll like this. Eclectic chaos.
Yes.
That describes me, even though I pretend I am organized for my channel. You do a good job pretending, Mike. It seems
right. I actually wore my shirt all day today.
If he hears dice roll, he's going to go play because he thinks there's a game. It doesn't matter what it is. McMurray's going to play it. That's the one plus he has on pretty much everybody I know.
That is true.
McMurray will play. He wants to play games, so he doesn't care what.
If we had that, oh my God! If we had that bug all the time, we would it'd be nonstop.
I take that back. I actually also did a lot of ACW wargaming, particularly in 15 millimeter this year. Looking at different rules, both for mass battle and smaller stuff, whether that's Ospreys, Rebels, and Patriots, or Little Wars TV's Live Free or Die, played a bunch of Regimental Fire and Fury, played Black Powder. So actually, I take that back. I did a whole lot of 15 millimeter ACW gaming this year.
What Hex Encounter gaming did you do this year?
Again, a fair amount of ACW stuff, whether that's some Blind Swords that I did, played through A Most Fearful Sacrifice. I'm waiting on a Shattered Union game to come in. I ordered it, forgot I had ordered it, and then today I got a shipping notification for it, 'cause it's been like 2.5, 3 weeks. So I just kind of figured I'd wait for it to hit 90 days and then dispute the credit card charge, but I don't have to do that anymore. That's good. What else? I did, what's the other ACW? Oh, Todd and I played Across 5 Aprils when we were out there.
Yep. And
Oh,
you
yeah?
played you played the Redneck game.
We did play the Redneck game. I played a bunch of Lock and Load Tacticals Tank on Tank. I don't know. That was an entertaining one. That's a nice game that you can just sit down and play through in like a half hour once you get a hold of it.
You did a bunch of Avalon Hill stuff too.
I played a shitload of Avalon Hill stuff, correct.
A bunch.
I did. As always, Toddy and I have our annual game of Battle of the Bulge coming up. I think is it my turn to be the Germans or yours?
What are you talking about? We don't always play Battle of the Bulge. That's funny.
We played it last year, which means it's annual now.
Okay, we have to debate that.
For the audience out there. Okay, so as we're sitting here chit chatting, let's put a question out there. 2026 is coming. Okay, all right. Let's answer 2 questions. And we'll use Christmas and we'll use 2026, and I just want to see what you guys say in the chat. Okay, one. If you have hopes for a game for Christmas from a loved one, spouse, whatever.
Yourself.
What game would you, even from yourself, what game, not a make-believe game, but what game would you like to see under your tree at Christmas? And then 2, pick one game that you will give it the old Harvard try to play next year. One game.
Okay, that's a good one.
I can jump on that one real quick.
You can?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a really easy, it's an easy one. I'm going to really try and hit Panzer Grenadier with Alan.
Oh, yeah, that's cool. And you'll play it here on the channel because now you can do Vassal.
Correct. I can Vassal. I didn't realize how quickly batteries are eaten through in wireless mice and keyboards, but I can Vassal. Yes. Honestly, I'm hoping that Vassal opens up a number of opportunities like that. But then I also kind of really want to try old school tactical as well. That seems like it might be on the lighter side.
And that's coming in, right?
That is in. Whenever you want to give that take a whack at old school tactical, we can take a crack at old school tactical.
Sweet. Yep, that was going to be one of my things.
Being DAC, Northern Loaded DAC 2. All right, well, you know what? Sell 3 kidneys and get one for Noble Knight. The Austrian expansion for, is that, what is that?
Commands and Colors Napoleonics.
Burning Banners Under the Tree. Next year, lots of OSG. Okay, well, Chuck, you do that anyhow, so yeah, okay, that's cool. You like that system. That's good.
Burning Banners is a fun game.
Turkenkrieg and Heirs of the Golden Horde from Red Sash for Christmas. Is Red Sash, they're not the ones that make that World War I system, are they? War and Peace, Stuka Joe. Tackle that big one, huh? Yeah, Joe, what do you think about 7 editions of that game?
Yeah, that's
glory with Stuka's card system.
That's nice. Pretty impressive, that 7th edition. A friend of mine who I play SL with here, Rich, had the 6th, and we were talking about it, and then I saw that 7th edition. It's a pretty cool looking game. Pretty complex, I think, though.
That has a PC version also on Steam, I think.
There used to be, or there is, yeah.
Let's do this. Let me bring up my agenda.
Oh, hey, real quick, Jeff, let me show I didn't really talk about where I am on my goals here.
All right.
I don't think. I mean, go ahead.
Also, Todd, do you play solo stuff?
Oh, yeah, you can see right here.
Oh, I see them all solo. Yes, I just need to look at column E. All right.
Yeah. So I think what I want to do here for the end of the year, I want to look at like, all right, how many Traces of War did I play? What are the other series I played? Because what I did is I made it so it would count my ASL, GTS, and GCACW separately. So just for a total, well, real quick, I want to show this other stuff that I had goals for. Punching, I mean, I have to set these as goals. Punching Clip, Beyond Valor, and Yanks, King of Country, Utah, GTS. I have to do that because I don't do that. I don't take the time. That's another thing that I wanted to do was take the time to prep my games. And, you know, because I see these people who make all these cool things for their games. And I was like, I need to spend more time with that. So getting those punched, I'll put another list for 26 down. I did some play proofreading. That's something I really want to do, kind of like what Ross saying for ASL. SK magazine and BCS magazine coming out.
Oh, that's cool. Nice.
Visit Hexy. Did it. Goal
Nice.
1 complete.
Where's the rating? That should be like a 10, right?
Yeah, I hide that because I knew you'd be on.
Just like Jeffy, it's a 10 out of 10.
Oh yeah, baby. So there's that stuff. But then games played real quick. So where I stand so far is ASL. I'd set 20 sessions. I completed ASL. Boom. So the extras with Ross will be icing or whatever. Just 9 scenarios. That's kind of interesting because I know people who play 1 a week, 2 a week, 3 a week. So it's pretty crazy. But this is the most ASL I've ever played in 1 year, and
wow.
And I'm learning it. GTS, I have 2 more to go, and GCACW, I got 3. I should accomplish that because we just started that campaign with Rich, local guys, and all so I can play a campaign with Jeff. Jeff, I got you. I'll be with you there.
Gotcha. You got me, homeboy.
He's crying, but GTS, I got a couple more. I'm probably going to play just solo Race for Bastogne, so get a little bulge in that way, so to speak. Still ahead of my goal, so that's cool. And GBACW, I got here because I knew we'd be playing it. And what's funny is this: 20 sessions, 5 scenarios. So that was really nice sessions that we had with Hexy, and that one I played there at your place with Ross helping us out.
Your goal was 1 and you played 20?
I didn't know how much I would be playing, so I just put 1
to play some.
Yeah, I knew we'd be playing more than that, but so that wasn't really total. I have 154 sessions, 60 different scenarios. I put about 2. Did I do 2.5? What was my math on that? 2.5. I do 2.5 hours per session, basically. Kind of. I just averaged that. I just kind of thought like how much I do average. So I played about 385 hours of games, which is about 16 days worth of gameplay. I love this.
Good.
Good. And that's 2.5 hours. Let's see, what would that be? That'd be 2.5 sessions per scenario, and then 6 hours per scenario. That's not right. Anyway, so I kind of keep track of that. I keep track of who I play with. Like I play I'm doing a Pathfinder game, so I just keep it there and I just update it. So when we play tomorrow, I'll put 5 in here and it'll count. It's all the same. I just count the whole campaign as a scenario. Any campaign is like 1 scenario. So I put who I play with, and you can see a lot of solo. I should do that math. I used to do that math, like how much solo versus competitive or against face-to-face. I've been trying to do face-to-face more because it honestly is pretty fun, but it's also kind of nice to do solo and kind of play at your own pace. I think that's all I wanted to talk about. What was interesting is, so McMurray and I try to play one big game every year. So we've done, let's see, McMurray, we did a Victory Awaits, which was all Barbarossa, the whole Russian campaign, and then a Victory Awaits game. We played It Never Snows. So
Phenomenal.
Some game that's set up for a long time. This year was a Most Fearful Sacrifice. I think we all went down the ACW route after May.
We did Day of Days also. That was kind of in conjunction with Jeffy.
Yep, that's right. That was our first one. I think we really did that with. And then, so a Most Fearful Sacrifice, also 20 sessions, but 6 scenarios. Most of those sessions coming from 1 scenario. And then Murray and I played the whole friggin' thing.
Phenomenally fun.
So that is all for that. I can stop sharing that screen. But all right, Jeff, you're going to talk about something. I'll stop sharing.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm moving on to 2026. The answer to my Christmas tree question is going to be 3 Dogs New One. So.
No one's on.
There we go.
Oh gosh.
Not sure that's going to be under your tree by Christmas time, but
yeah.
Oh really?
Metaphorically, it will be.
And then
intended
Jeffy can send over GBHW
5
did one.
scenarios of ASL starter kit, one way or another.
Oh.
Hopefully more.
Yeah, you and I were supposed to play Decision Adults this year.
Yeah, it never happened. So that's on this year's list. One scenario at least from a Hassel starter kit. All right. 10 scenarios of Band of Brothers. I've already, I've done 2, but I wrote my little stats here.
Dude, you can get that done in a day.
Yeah. The new 3 dog.
Jeff, what if you just skip starter kit? Why don't you just go right into ASL?
Why, Ross? Because I own all of the ASL shit over there on my shelves and was going to buy 2 more tonight.
I don't.
I'll get there.
Continue.
I can figure I got a year and a half to the retirement age. I'll get there. It's going to happen.
Maybe Ross. Maybe
Todd's
when he's
there, you're there.
Maybe when he watches us, he'll be like, "Oh, I want to battle harden. I want to battle harden."
Isn't that how things work?
Exactly.
I mean, we did it to you with GBACW. So 3 blind sword full battles. I'm sure that Camp Sawyer and I will probably take care of that. All right. I want to play a Most Fearful Sacrifice again, either just a scenario or a full battle again, because I got through the first day like you guys did, I believe. All right. Here's a good one. Don't freak out. D&D solo kit that I bought from War Game Vault, but I still got to figure out where to get the damn rules for to even do that. So
Howdy and Jeffy can play Dungeons and Dragons.
Is that an official Wizards thing?
It's
official
they put
publication
like
or
the
something?
first 4 modules together.
Okay.
And they've got a bunch of them. You can actually buy a bunch of them, but they put the first 4 together. And I remember those from when. I remember the old. I don't know if you ever saw them or not. They had the solo magazine versions of D&D. That you could, it had the solo quest or adventure in it. You'd open up and you just go through and you roll your dice, just everything, all the tables were there. I used to actually like that because I did not like playing D&D with a group of people. I didn't care for that. I tried it once. I was like, blah, no fun. GCACW, no specific count.
Yeah.
But I know where that's going to go. All right. The Library Napoleonic Battles. I want to play some more of that. No specific count for that. And BCS, something for sure. We got to play some BCS. And I know they've got 2 or 3 of them in the works. So,
does Camp play that? Do we know
BCS?
Yeah.
No, I think Ross is the one I've heard that's talked about an interest in it. So,
okay.
BCS, I haven't played it. I mean, I'm interested in it, but I haven't played it. I bet Camp plays it. I bet he's played pretty much.
He might have. I just don't remember he and I talking about it. I'm sure he'll respond later. All right. Now here comes the funny one. Other things. I want to do more Vassal because I'm starting to get the hang of it.
Yeah,
and I think you can put out plays. Look, I know I'm like everybody else. I want to see that big, beautiful map on a table and those counters. But you know what? That when I say that I'm going through my bump in not playing, I think Vassal can save that sometime because I can stop. The game is still saved. I don't have to tear it down. And I can always come back and revisit that game in the middle of my play.
Yeah, and you don't have to see some dude's hairy hand enter the frame all the time with his tweezers.
Yeah, but look at these hands now, baby.
Yeah, you need to keep that painted nail in the next
Keep that Coke finger. I mean, that blue finger.
There, Ross. Number 2. Start learning ASL.
Whoa, boom.
Yeah.
All right. Master ASL-SK, which I think I have a pretty good grasp on. Okay. I want to play a miniatures game, probably something small. All right. And I want to start doing some more digital gaming. My arsenal. So my game collection, board games, is over 500, I believe. Maybe a little less than 500. My computer, just the war games alone, is probably more than that.
Yeah, you've got a ton of computer work.
So I want to do that. I want to finish 1 or maybe 2 cores of my 6mm ACW minis. Finish the 3rd core up and maybe do another one. Maybe a Confederate one. I don't know. I want to make progress on my World War II 6mm minis so that I can do something with those. I have a decent stack of those, but I think they're all German and American. I want to improve my GBACW rules knowledge. All right. Which I don't know if you ever master it, but you can get pretty good at it. I want to improve my TCS rules knowledge because I think that is a gem of a game system.
That's interesting.
That a lot of people do not tackle because I think it's one of those they're afraid of the system.
Now that has written orders and stuff in it?
Yeah, you don't have to use them, but they are there.
Yeah, it seems cool.
Find the best minis rules for me to play something small scale, which I have
you hearing this?
once a month with Wardrobe and McMurray. and they give me 5 million recommendations, and my brain scrambles. We're going to find me one next year.
Oh my god!
And then I want to rid myself of games. I have decided I have set up games over there. I've played 5 minutes of them, and then I put them away, and those games need to go to Noble Knight.
Your boy is fully torqued.
It's weird though. You skipped one, Jeff. It says deep dive into naval wargaming.
Oh no, I didn't.
And
you know why I skipped it, and you don't see it on the list because it's sunk.
Oh, nice metaphor. Good job, Jeff. That's a good list, man. I mean, that's a lot of stuff there. All right.
What I do.
Yeah, that's good.
That sounds good though. That's all great.
Yeah. So, Ross, what about you? What are you thinking about for the next year? You
all right. I want to get back into ASL. Todd and I are gonna dip into that a little bit on this Saturday night stream here in a few weeks. I'm hoping that'll continue to whet my appetite to continue to play some ASL, get back in. It's been years since I played, so I want to get back into that. I'll obviously continue at GBACW, but then I want to play GCACW, which I have not played at all.
Ooh, sweet.
And is obviously universally acclaimed. No one's ever said a negative thing about GCACW. A lot of people, well, the people that I listen to haven't said it. And a lot of people are, it's the best system they've ever played, all these things. The accolades are high. So I want to try that. I would like to play the Vicksburg, Thunder on the Mississippi, the Vicksburg campaign one.
Yeah, you seem like a campaign guy, but...
So I want to try that. That's on my list for 2026. And then I would like to play some smaller stuff. And it's not that these games are small, but they're not... I guess it's kind of a series, but I would like to try like a Zockbond game, like a Simonich, whatever.
One of those.
Whatever, yeah.
4X. Is there one that would interest you more than others?
Not really, no. Probably whatever the one that's easiest to kind of dip into. I mean, the East Front stuff is kind of more interesting to me historically, but doesn't mean I'll play whatever.
Yeah.
That's really it. I'll have to think about it more. Again, seeing the list has inspired me to try to put together my own. I just haven't done it yet of what I want to try to get done. I want to branch out a little bit. I am a one system deep dive person, but there is room for at least a handful of things to keep playing too.
Right. So McMurray, did you already answer this? You said the Christmas one, right? But is there anything else that I know it's chaos for you, but is there, here's something you didn't mention, McMurray. You always try to participate in at least one painting challenge, whether it's Warmuts or the analog. So that's a goal that you usually do and you keep. Usually.
It is.
So I assume that's the same.
So yes, analog will start up. Sign-ups are in like 2 or 3 weeks. It's a 3-month painting challenge. Usually I try and find some sort of a main thrust for that. Right? Like some big project to try and knock out a bunch of stuff on. I feel like this year is probably going to be 15 millimeter World War II, which is pretty cool.
Okay. That's okay. I got you. Yeah, cool.
I didn't mean to tell you. I saw a copy of Storm over Taizerong or whatever, the Sino-Japanese War game.
Okay.
From Command Magazine for sale today, and that got me really thinking about. I don't remember what the Storm over Normandy game is.
That Storm over
Breakout Normandy or whatever it is.
Well, there's Storm over Normandy, which you got in the magazine.
Is that the one that's sitting at your house?
Yes. No, I think I gave it back to you, but yeah, we've got one of us has it somewhere.
Either way, yeah. Like I really want to play that. I had a great time playing 3 or 4 games out of that series that I've played so far.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Between Storm over Stalingrad, even though we got a little butthurty at each other.
We almost had our own Stalingrad right here in my room.
Yeah, Storm over Normandy Storm over Arnhem was really fun. You stomped the shit out of me, but we didn't get snippy on that one. I soloed through Storm over Jerusalem. That was really, really fun. I had a great time playing that.
What do you want to do? And what do you want to do going ahead though in 2026, Andrew?
I think that's those are things he wants to do. I think.
Okay. I'm sorry.
Yeah, so I really want to play the Normandy game, as well as I feel like the casino game would be really fun if I could find a copy at a reasonable price. Looking at, I want to give GVACW for Morons an honest try. Just, it's an expansive system, and if the rules are simple enough, I'd certainly enjoy giving it a run through. Regimental ACW is something that I enjoy, especially in the smaller scenarios like Stigler's and the Trans-Mississippi ones. Other than that, honestly, like I said, Panzer Grenadier and Old School Tactical would be awesome. Hopefully we can dive into Panzer Grenadier before the end of the year with Camp Sawyer, especially now that Vassal's a thing. I also figure Vassal, Jeffy, might be a good way to get both of us to focus and continue to do something, right?
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
Because when we're both staring at a computer, fucking around, going, oh, look at that, scrolling through Facebook or whatever, we could be playing on Vassal, and I feel like it'll be a vastly productive experience for both.
And the internet is muting. McMurray, the internet is muting.
Well, yeah, so we might actually. Oh.
He's back.
That's all right.
Yeah, I'm driving past High Hill. Can you hear me?
Yep. We got a Magnus from Sweden with us. Anyway, that's cool. Yeah.
Scotland and Sweden.
Awesome. It's good stuff. Real quick questions here, real quick before I get to my things. Nordic says, Jeff, thanks to you, are your 6mm ACW based as regiments or brigades? Or do you care?
Regiments.
Regiments, okay.
I just finished 8 more last night.
Scott Rowland says, I've got a miniature naval war game set. I've had it for years, but never played, called General Quarters. It is General Quarters. It's probably General Quarters 3, I'm guessing.
General Quarters 3 is amazing.
Yep. I've only played one game of that, and the one I like is oh my gosh.
Naval Thunder.
Naval Thunder.
Naval Thunder. God damn it, you can't hear me. Naval Thunder.
We hear you. You got it first.
All right. Anyway, you can play that. Let's see. I thought I saw another one here. Just a Storm over Dublin. Oh, wait. Are you serious? Oh, wow. Storm over Dublin. Sorry, McMurray. I muted you because you was cutting in and out. So, yeah, I appreciate you guys setting the goals. And so my goals, I want to still focus on ASL, GTS, and GCACW. Maybe slightly less GTS. I want it because he's offered. Let me scroll up here. And I know Jeff could also do this too because he's played enough. But Scott loves me some BCS, and Scott has offered to teach me. So I thought maybe I can get Scott on some Vassal. I've had so many people try to teach me, and maybe Scott will, be that magic. But I would like to figure out that system because I think I would really like it. And there's something that's just not clicking. And it might replace GTS a little bit for me on some things. And so similar goals like that, focus on systems. I do have a bunch of singles like Imperial's Tide, Washington's War, For the People. I want to give a go.
Did you just say Washington's War?
Yeah.
Where the hell? I'll tell you, man. I want, you know what? Forget this. I want a weekly updated list from you of what comes and goes out of that damn room game-wise. Because you are really flipping the freaking boat over in this past year with us.
I'll tell you that I probably won't be getting as rid of many games because I don't have that many to get rid of. I'm down to 40 games.
My worry is what to do with all the empty bookshelves if I get rid of all my games.
That's not too hard for me. I can fill those up pretty quick.
Fill them with other games, I'm sure.
Yeah, and
let's get serious.
Fill them with miniatures, dog.
So yeah, I would like to try BCS is the system I really want to try to figure out and decide if I'm going to keep trying or not, because they're coming out with that Market Garden game sometime, who knows when, that I would love.
Front stuff.
Yeah, East Front more. They need to do more East Front. I mean, there's so much you could do with BCS. They really could crank that up about what they're doing there, and forget that OCS system they've gotten love and it's great. People love it, but I'm just kidding. People love that system.
Nord, I would say that you can count ASL Total package is one system, and then ASO with the Japanese is an entirely different system.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Yeah, the theaters are probably the division there, like you said, because also the North Africa stuff is.
Yeah, the desert stuff is something
its
like
own
very few
game,
people
too.
play that. I don't think I answered that Christmas one. I kind of that Three Dog. I'm excited to get that, but Ross has shattered my hopes and dreams for that.
I mean, it went to the proofers, but that Christmas is in 8 weeks. It's not gonna.
Yeah, so it's not going to hit
Yes.
that fourth quarter. It said fourth quarter tentative.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah. The other one I have on pre-order is yeah, I only have one other game on pre-order, and just to show everyone knows, Three Dog is. I did not order that for me. Hexy did that for me like 3 years ago. He said, "I bought Three Dog for you. I want you to play that game with me." So that's pretty cool. Thank you, Jeff. The only other one I have on pre-order is GTS Devil's Cauldron, called something else now, September Hope or something. But I have no idea. I haven't heard anything about that. So, anywho, that's so I don't have a Christmas tree game besides that. But anyway,
I do have another. I was thinking, I have another 2026 kind of goal or plan for basically YouTube content, at least. I would really like to. I'm playing this Shiloh game, Into the Woods, the GBACW game. It's going to run into the new year, I'm sure. The one thing, like I was mentioning earlier, that I have not seen channels really do that are war game channels is all of us also read books about these things. Typically, not everyone, but a lot of people also read books when they're playing a game, or reading a book will spawn playing a game, or playing the game will spawn reading a book. So I'm reaching over here. I've got Decisions at Shiloh, Shiloh Conquer or Perish, the Larry Daniel Shiloh book, Jeff Shara's novel about Shiloh. Shelby Foote, of course, has a short novel about Shiloh. I would like to record playing Into the Woods, playing a few other Shiloh games, possibly the Blind Swords one, although that's another big commitment, maybe something smaller about Shiloh. But then I can read that whole stack of books over several months as well and talk about that. And that's something I've been kicking around as kind of somewhat of a big commitment, that's probably 1,500 pages of reading I would need to do, but talk about how the games pull out parts of the book or highlight parts of the book, or arguments that are made in the book don't appear in the games or whatever. That's something
that's cool.
I kind of want to turn my channel towards, not just playing the games, but trying to situate them in this bigger discussion about the history and all of that. So
That's awesome.
Yeah, we'll see. I mean, I've been wanting to do it, and then it's like you have to read the books, and that's the bigger commitment.
It's tough. I set book reading goals too, because I really wanted to get more reading done. So
I think
I
I'm
just
the
don't
only
read-
one in this group that doesn't really read books.
you like pictures.
Yeah, I do like pictures. Yeah, that's I do like that.
I mean, Jeff, I listen to most of my books. I do audiobooks most of the time, but I'm going to I want to read more books. Like I started reading Brazen Chariots from Major Crisp over my trip, which was really cool. That was fun, kind of getting back into actually reading it. And man, that book, you know what that book needs? That book needs photos of the tank. There's no pictures. It's just a very short book, but man, it needs pictures of the tanks, pictures of maps, and it could. I wonder if someone
That's why
made
you
it.
got Wikipedia, though. You can look that stuff up too, which is nice.
Yeah, that's true.
You can skip the pictures.
So, real quick, back to the question that we posed to the audience about the one game that you're going to give a Harvard try to play in 2026. There's one that I left off my list because I'm going to sneak it in there one way or another. I doubt it'll be a big one, but is EFS. That's the one game that I want to make sure that I play in 2026.
Yeah, you really like that.
EFS.
I do. I like it way better than OCS. Although
East Front
ECS
system.
is
Oh, okay.
top.
East Front Series, okay.
From GMT series, yeah. Nordic mentioned that he wants to focus on that at the end of the year. This year, actually, he said that. Yeah, that's a pretty cool system, and it's a lot there. And they keep coming out revising them. So,
Yeah, I think I'm done with OCS. I mean, if I were to play another OCS game, it's going to be on Vassal. I'm not going to.
and it's going to be Blitzkrieg Legend.
I love that game, and I saw somebody playing it. They've been posting on Facebook, and I commented it. That's if I got rid of all my OCS, that'd be the one I'd keep.
Yeah,
That is a very, very good game, and there's just not many super scale games like that there's a lot of games on Normandy and stuff like that, but there's not a lot of massive size France 40 games. Although France 40 from Simonich is a good game. So
yeah, that's a good one, Ross.
Yeah, maybe where I should start.
I'd say pick the content that excites you the most. No,
Yeah.
if it's
which
East Front,
might be East Front, like
Yeah,
Ukraine.
pick
or
one of
whatever.
those.
Yeah.
you can.
I mean, if you think this is why I'm still shocked and amazed with the BCS. Now, granted, don't get me wrong, that the BCS in the desert was a great fit because that's a very maneuvering operational type game. But I'm still lost on Last Blitzkrieg, and I'm still lost on, I guess, was it Budapest or whatever that area is, Panzer's Last Stand, and they stayed away from East Front pretty much for the most part until inflection point.
Which I hear that's a good intro game because it's I heard that anyway. We'll answer your question here in just a second, Brian. Oh my gosh, what was I going to say? Jamie, Christmas. No, never mind. Okay, is ECS better, or he meant EFS? Is EFS better than the Simonich? And I would say you can't. I don't think you can really compare those two because they're very different games.
Different details, yeah.
Yeah, different detail scale and all that. And EFS generally just covers the Barbarossa, like and Typhoon, where Simonich covers. Is it Typhoon and later? Because he doesn't do Barbarossa. That doesn't really make sense.
Well, and that's like OCS doesn't really cover Barbarossa.
Yeah.
Most people stay away from Barbarossa because they see it as senseless. It's just a German walkthrough. But you got to think of what Barbarossa's time scale was much farther along than just that initial surge. It's all the way up to Typhoon. And, matter of fact, a lot of documentaries you'll see consider Typhoon as part of Barbarossa in a sense because it's like a continuation. So I think there's more to Barbarossa games. EFS that's their specialty is Barbarossa in the EFS system, and then carrying it on farther where OCS doesn't start with Barbarossa. Of course, the mapping would be phenomenal for that anyhow. I mean, EFS alone is phenomenal. Brian, I will say this. If you like BCS and you're okay with OCS, you'll like EFS.
That's interesting. Yeah. What did I see here? Yeah, Scott, do you have a lot of OCS, or are you kind of like Jeff, kind of down to one? I hear a lot of people like DAC too, man. I hear that's a lot of people's favorites on that.
I still got my DAC. It's DAC 1, but it's got a bunch of upgraded stuff in it.
Yeah, I think Barbarossa is kind of like France 40. It's kind of like, why am I playing this? I know but it's like, yeah, if you play it on a tactical level, you can kind of.
Well, I'm going to tell you what, in Blitzkrieg Legend, granted, I only played it that one time, but I ain't breaking out and rushing all down to the freaking coast like they did for real. I ain't figured it out in OCS.
Yeah, no, it's tough. Yeah. I always compared Stalingrad 42 to Army Group Center, but never played Army Group Center. It's just a lot more detailed. Stalingrad 40. Some of these games are really cool because you can play some really big campaigns fairly easily. I mean, the rules aren't too bad, but there's a lot there. And the Stalingrad 42 is a lot of game in there. And then they added the Winter Storm. So
yeah,
Saturn. I think Saturn. I think the new printing is going to have that in there. His games are good.
Nord, I sent you my Stalingrad, didn't I? Who did I send Stalingrad to? No, I traded with Rich. He sent me. What the hell? Shit, I still got all the Europa games except for the one Clay's got, Fire in the East. I sent that to him. I'm going to get rid of those. Those got to go to Noble Knight. It's just I can't. That box. And then I got about 40 magazines that were designed around that system. The Basic Training Europa magazine and all of those damn things. And them magazines are 50 pages a pop. I've got 20, 30, 40 of those. All that, man, I would dump a whole shelf in my closet if I could just all that shit to Noble Knight.
I forgot about that. You did. That was hilarious. All right. Anything else from anybody? McMurray, anything else about this topic? Ross, Hexy, anybody?
Yeah. What are you doing, buddy?
Oh, what's up?
You guys hear me?
Let's get off of here.
He would have been a
still
good one
muted?
for this tonight. So, because he's been talking about his stuff.
Well, he has kind of been talking about what he focuses on and all that stuff. Let's see, Scott. I'm just reading Scott's answer here. Several times, set up several times.
You guys hear me?
Yeah, we
I
got
can hear you.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
That's all right. So, well, big board will be interesting as we're closing out here. I'm curious, do you have any? What do you want to? What goals do you have for? Well, I don't know if you want to talk about the goals. Anything you want to definitely wrap up playing this year? You want to kind of make sure you get played, and maybe just kind of what you're thinking about for 26. Just curious if you thought about that. I know you had that stream on recently. You're talking about planning, kind of planning games and like getting them started and kind of getting them set up and stuff. That was interesting, like learning them and all that. Noel Knight. Yep. Anyway, okay. So thanks everybody for coming on. Good discussion with the chat. Good discussion with you guys. Thanks for popping on. I did kept the energy better than I thought. It must have been that caffeine I chugged. So cool. Thanks for coming on, Ross and Hexy, for your tired. Well, actually McMurray too. Tiring days of driving, going outside, and doing all that stuff. And that was awesome. I did laundry, so that's I'm pretty tough, dude. Big board. Thanks, buddy.
Toddy,
Sorry,
what are we
can't-
playing tomorrow?
We're not, buddy. You know what tomorrow I'm playing? Pathfinder at 5:00. I'll be playing Pathfinder, getting that another game in.
Damn it.
You want to join us?
You're not going to let me play Pathfinder with you.
No, you're 100% correct. I like these guys I play with, and I don't want them to kick me out. No, D&D and all that to McMurray is like ships and boats to Hexy. So. Oh, that would be an interesting question. Maybe we should talk about sometime, just as a side topic. I don't want to start talking about it now. We'll wrap this up. But is there some games that you just don't want to play like that? It probably would take about 5 seconds to come up with. We already know McMurray and Hexy's, but that'd be nice little side note. All right, let's see. So is someone live next week, Hexy? Are we doing anything here? Because I'm at wedding. So I got 2 weddings, so I'm not going to be here.
I'll be at P Ridge playing SPI's P Ridge.
That's
I'm
pretty
recording
awesome.
some footage, so I'll try to post that.
Oh, yeah,
Don't forget, and all for those out there in the audience, on the 20th, most of us are going to be on Cardboard Commander show. It's a Thursday night show.
That's right.
He's going to grill us.
Yeah, that's right. We're doing that. It's a weird night. But then that 2 days later, on the 22nd, Ross and I are going to be playing a fairly small scenario of ASL. It'll be cool. Ross getting back into it. Me, still, you're always learning ASL. So it'll be fun. I think I'm attacking, right? Attacking Americans.
We're attacking in Normandy. ASL 14, Silence That Gun, classic scenario. Very good scenario
classic.
From Paratrooper.
So that'll be that week. But what about next week? Actually, are we on? I don't think
it sounds like it's going to be me and. Well, I got to get with Camp. I think he's good.
Continue playing the game.
Yeah, probably move on with the blind sword stuff.
Well,
so blind swords, ASL, McMurray, we got to get you finally tuned with the Vassal and everything and all your stuff. You seem to have a good grasp on it. So
yeah, so he and Camp can start doing that. That'd be cool. You don't see that played live ever, so I would think that'd be really good.
What's that?
You and Camp playing Panzer Grenadier, and maybe after we play ASL.
Yeah, that'd be bitching.
Yep, that'd be awesome. And Nordic wants an ASL boot camp for Hexy and him, so perfect.
Yeah, I'm not sure I'm the person. I was telling Todd we're gonna play on the 22nd or whatever that is, but I haven't played in years, so I'm relearning. It was coming back to me looking at the book, but you're gonna see some learning on the fly as we play.
Yeah, I mean, I gotta say, I'm a little nervous about playing ASL live because
I think it'll be fun, and I'm not gonna. I think we had talked about this one time. I tend to play pretty slow ASL, but from playing tournament play and stuff, I can also play fast. I think we just play fast, whatever. It'll be for a fun narrative. We don't have to stress over it. It'll be cool.
I think my partner here I play with here, he'd probably appreciate me playing faster.
We're gonna have to. Yeah, I'm going to schedule that in with Kev. We're going to get Kev on there. We're going to talk TCS.
Oh, that'd be a good topic.
One night. So,
yeah,
Kev, I'm going to start picking some Saturdays and send you a list. You can figure it out. But we're going to drag you on here and talk TCS.
That'd be cool.
And
all right, awesome.
Couple things. So.
Recipe for disaster. Well, no doubt about it. Oh, wait. Oh, PG's talking about Panzer Grenadier. Oh, be nice, Kev. Be nice. Okay, guys. Thanks, everybody. I'll hit the end stream here in a second. What's that? Oh, boy. Okay. All right. We'll talk to y'all. Have a great rest of the weekend.
See ya.
Later.